What is going on, guys? Let's go ahead and switch. Hold up, let me lower this. Let's go ahead and switch over. Showcase, switch over to the screen here. What's up? What's up? All right, hold on. Let me add a little bit of background music here. Let me know if you guys think the background music is too much, too high, whatever. I don't want it to be overwhelming. What's good, guys? What's popping? What's happening, everybody? All right, so first thing I want to clear up this question right here. I don't know if you guys I don't know if you guys were at my my last monthly wrap up. Well, since ESBC no longer does monthly updates, I try to create something for the community to look forward to every month. Okay, I think I'm back. All right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. Yes, so like I was saying, this is not new information. Okay, yeah, y'all can hear me, cool. It's not new information. This is simply just doing a wrap up of everything that they've talked about and giving my opinions and having a conversation with the community. That's the difference of this video. Is we can look at everything, we can talk about everything, and we can have a conversation about it and what you guys, how you guys feel. You could even vent about no release date or whatever you want to do, and we could talk about that. But that's what the wrap-ups are about. Every first of the month, we're going to do another one, November 1st. Every first of the month, we do a monthly wrap-up on everything ESBC from the previous month. So now we're talking about September. All right, so if you're in here, guys, we're going to start. Please hit the like button because it helps so much. We're trying to get as much exposure for this for the ESBC, so it definitely helps if you hit that like button. Get it all the way up as much as you can. We got 113 people in here already, which, man, thank you guys so much. If y'all can share it, whatever, do everything you can to try to get as much exposure as possible. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's see, do you guys have any questions before we start? Is there any questions regarding ESBC itself? All right, let's see. They haven't given us an update on character creator and career mode. That is true. However, they have given us a video on character creator, but it was in its early stages. But you're right, they haven't given us the update for that. And I think they mentioned that at one point they'll have an update for the character creator. We haven't seen it yet, so hopefully that will come. I do have a feeling that career mode is the next thing. If they were to show us something, I think career mode is the next thing, because that was what they spoke about. But they definitely have not hit any, like, they didn't confirm any dates or anything like that. But if I had to venture a guess, career mode would probably be the next thing that they show us. Honestly, if it was me, I would just want more like gameplay stuff. But that's just me. Did you meet up with Tom Grisham? No, but I did meet up with Todd Grisham. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you, man. Yes, I did meet up with Todd Grisham. Yes, I did. However, it wasn't necessarily connected with ESBC. Todd, just a super cool guy, landed here in in Miami for the Holyfield versus Vitor Belfort fight. And I talked about this in King Juice's interview where he interviewed me. If you guys haven't seen that, you should go ahead and check it out. It's a pretty, like a 1 hour interview, and it's really, really good. Yeah, I met up with Todd Grisham, and he simply just needed a cameraman. He just needed a cameraman, and he was like, bro, do you have a good camera? And I was like, yes, I have a good camera. I do YouTube. Like, that's a no-brainer. Yes, I do. You have a tripod on? Yes, I have everything, bro. I've done vlogs and stuff. Like, I've done it all. Like, if you need a drone, I have a drone. If you need me to throw a drone up in the air, I have that. So, I went over there and I filmed the Fournier interview. So that Fournier interview with Todd Grisham talking to Fournier and announcing that he was in the game, I recorded that. And he also bought, or not bought, but he got me ringside tickets for the fight, Holyfield versus Vitor Belfort, and I posted about the fight and being there while on my Twitter. So if you haven't, go to my Twitter and hit the follow. I post a lot of stuff on there so you could get like real time stuff and be able to, ask me questions and stuff like that. Yeah, I have one. Where can I beat you on boxing? We'll beat you on ESBC when it comes out. Yeah, I have one. What? Yeah, okay, so I need to know what this is in reference to. I just subbed King Juice. Good. Go ahead and sub to him too, man. Because he be putting out some good content as well. He be putting out some good content. Who's going to be on the game? By the way, guys, can y'all hear the background music, and is it too loud? Just let me know. Who's going to be on the game on launch? Because it's not going to be all 200 fighters. We don't know exactly. I'm thinking people like Canelo will be in the game at launch. Like if it's a Canelo, I have the opposite thought of most people. Most people think that the best people will be DLC, but that will make the roster incredibly dry. I think that the best people will probably be core the game, and then DLC are more for like people that are less known. I think less known fighters will be DLC. More known fighters will probably be part of the main roster, because that to me just makes sense. It just makes sense. I don't know, especially if they're doing contractual stuff with these fighters. That's like guaranteed money. That's more guaranteed money in my opinion. And like the other thing is where they could be like a little bit of a niche where, for example, that new fighter that they mentioned, we're gonna look at all of this stuff, but the new fighter that they mentioned from like, I forget where, Algeria. He's huge in Algeria, but maybe people here don't really care. So Algeria, like he could get 1 million downloads from Algeria alone. So it's one of those things. Do you think they should add game chat while fighting? It's tough with that because there's the community is so, like, when it's something like this, they're incredibly toxic. So it's one of those things where it's gonna have to be controlled to some extent. Maybe they could just have things where it's like good fight or whatever, and you just send it. But when you could talk, it gets toxic. Because Fight Night Champions, man, that thing is toxic. That is a toxic game. I don't mind it. I could trash talk just as good as the next guy, but I do understand how that could deter people from wanting to play the game. I hope the game comes soon, like maybe early 2022. Hey, you never know, man. That's a possibility. I'm still sticking to my December prediction, and the reason that I'm sticking to it is because my predictions are always going to be based off of. It's always going to be based off of what, like, an educational guess. I'm never gonna try to throw a dart on the wall. If they say later in 2021, I'm gonna be as safe as possible and put it as far as possible within that information that we have from ESBC themselves. So they've shown us later in 2021 for PC, and then later on for consoles or whatever. that to me tells me, okay, let me go as far as possible. December, which is later 2021, and then the rest will come after that PC release. Fight Night Champion was fun to me, but overall not very realistic. Yeah, Fight Night Champion had its things. It was pretty fun at times, but definitely didn't really represent the sport accurately at all. That's the only thing that I have against it. And they didn't give you much tools too. When they did the one button block system, it's one of those things that's like, nah, I can't do this. Did they upload a dev update? No. By the way, guys, they sent out a dev update. The last dev update they sent out, which was like 2 months ago, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. They said no more dev update, because the dev updates became, hey, look, we're still doing that thing that we said we were doing, but we're doing it, we're polishing it even more. They don't want to do that anymore because that is insignificant. So basically what they're going to do, which I think is a little bit better because at any moment we could get hit with something, is they just want to drop something when it's ready. They just want to drop information when they're ready to drop that information. So no more dev updates, and that is why the monthly wrap up, the Boxing Fanatico monthly wrap up of ESBC exists. All right. Yo, Mike, what's good, man? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Is story mode going to be in the game? Yes, they are working on applying a story mode in the game, but I do not believe the story mode will be there at launch. There will be a career mode, but a story mode will come after. In the gameplay trailer, it looked like they moved away from the ragdoll knockouts. What's your opinion? I don't think they did. I think that they stated that they have a mixture of animation and ragdoll physics. And I think that they probably could, they could increase the intensity of what the ragdoll's physics could be or could do on screen, or decrease or increase animation more, and they haven't locked in the balance. Keep in mind, guys, it is an alpha. It's still an alpha. So one of these things that I find very funny is that a lot of people compare Fight Night Champion, a completed game that released fully in its full release state, to an alpha build. If you can find me the alpha footage that came out for Fight Night Champions, we'll compare that to this. But you can't, because Fight Night didn't ever show you anything until they got it almost close to full release, where it was like a month or two later we were going to get the game. So it's one of those things where it's like, people want to say that ESBC isn't transparent, but they actually were maybe so transparent that now people are upset because people always want more. People always want more. Fight Night Champion is still an alpha, to be honest. Haha, that's crazy. Alpha? The game came out 10 years ago. They should do a thing where you can import your own walkout music. Yeah, they should. But definitely that is going to cause issues with online and stuff like that. So they'll have to figure out that if they did that. Clinching while punching is what we need. I'll definitely want that. Definitely want that. All right, guys. So let's go into, let's see here. Let's go into the weekly wrap up. So we started the stream at around 11:30, I believe, right? So we're gonna go work off of that. We'll probably end at 2:30. I honestly want them to drop the release date ASAP and a full-on gameplay trailer. So when y'all say a full-on gameplay trailer, what is it exactly that you mean? Because every single thing that they released in terms of the gameplay trailers have been gameplay trailers. Do you want a specific, like a whole match? Is that what you're looking for them to give you an entire match? Because they were clearly moving the characters and punching, and you clearly saw it happen. And I could essentially, with everything they showed us, I could discern what a whole round would look like. Or do you just want it to be around just for the sake of seeing a round? Like I really, to me, I could see what they showed us and understand what a round looks like. I could see what they showed us and understand what a whole fight looked like. Other than the fact that they didn't include the clinching, I see how the punches work. I see how they move. I see what they can do. I see how they lean on the ropes. I see how they block. I see how they counter. I can see a whole fight essentially from what we saw. I need young and old James Lighthouse Tony. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me too. That's what I need. I love James Tony, man. Love James Tony. Hey, we got a super chat. Thank you. We need women legends, and you say 0 on music. And you say 0 on music. What? I didn't say 0 on music. I don't understand. Well, we definitely need women legends. That's gonna be fire. Definitely. I would love to have that. And thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. Like an actual trailer without the dev team talking, kind of like the footwork trailer, but with actual scenes and cut scenes, corner work, reffing, cuts, rocks, inside fighting, and lead footwork, etc. Really, I actually prefer the trailer where they're talking, because to me, I don't like the fluff stuff, like the sizzle stuff. I really don't like how the Alpha footwork trailer was back in November. It was kind of fluffy to me, like what was real, what wasn't. I couldn't really tell, and I couldn't really tell how the game actually flowed until the March gameplay trailer with David Adelaide and the other big guy, Eddie Hall. That's when I really saw exactly how the game flow worked. What's this trailer? King Juice versus Fanatico should only last 3 rounds after you last online matchup. Oh, bro, you're gonna have to keep campaigning, King Juice, to get your name back up after that hellish court fight, man. It really dropped you down a lot. Really dropped you down a lot. Andre Ward, the best inside fighter. He got to be there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get that man in that game. It's the only other guy that I want. I mean, my number one guy that I wanted is in it. Number one guy is in it, which is Shakur Stevenson. So I'm good. Super chat, Jed Loveday. Thank you again for the $2 super chat. That's very, very generous. I mean, 0 on music in game. Here, enjoy for pound. Okay, so 0 on music. So you don't, okay, maybe he's saying he doesn't want the music for the ring walks. Or he's either saying that they haven't talked about the music. Either way, they have talked about the music that they're getting, that they're going to put in the game. And they haven't talked specifically of what the music is, but the people who will be producing it and putting it up is a group called the Justice League. Yeah, Justice League, I think. And they're the ones that's going to be doing the music. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to here. Let me make sure I can hear this. So the cool thing is I did my monthly recap last time, and the next day they hit us with the 9 new additions. The 9 new additions. So we're gonna go ahead and watch this real quick, and let me just make sure there's sound, because I always mess this up. And ooh, look at that, I was gonna mess it up. There's no sound. All right, so let's raise this up, put this up a bit. All right, y'all told me that the background music was good money, right? It wasn't crazy. All right, here we go.
What's up, everybody? I'm Todd Grisham in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, as we continue to scour the globe for the best of the best boxing talent. Now, we've signed over 200 fighters to Esports Boxing Club, and we're going to announce some of those names right now. Ferocious Fernando Vargas. He became the youngest boxer in history
Fernando.
to win a light middleweight world
this
title.
Was cool when they
21,
announced
known for his
this,
highly
because it finally confirmed that he was going to be in it, because we had his
Fernando Vargas,
his kids, but not
straight
him.
out of Davenport, Iowa. It's Michael Nunn, who was a 2-weight lineal
and
world
also,
champion as both a middleweight and super middleweight.
We have
welcome to the club, Michael Nunn.
And Nassim Hamad's son, and not him.
Hero,
so are we going to finally see him?
who has one of the greatest
No.
nicknames in boxing history, the Body Snatcher, a free-weight division world champion.
Snatcher.
We at Esports Boxing Club are excited that we've signed so many great rivals. Ali Frazier, Gotti Ward, Barrera Morales, and now we can add 2 more great rivals to the list. Israel Vasquez and Rafa Marquez collided on 4 different occasions. The second fight was the fight of the year for 2007, and the third fight won fight of the year in 2008. You will be able to break the tie soon as an ESBC. This man used to be must-see TV for me, and I'm so excited to have signed one of my all-time favorite fighters, El Matador, Ricardo Mayorga. The cigarette-smoking, irreverent Nicaraguan bad boy stunned the boxing world with his knockout win over Vernon Forrest. One of boxing's greatest entertainers, Ricardo Mayorga, is in ESBC. And speaking of entertainers, this guy was so outrageous in the ring.
Emmanuel Augustus. His record does not do him justice.
Himself, Emmanuel Augustus,
it makes you think
is
that
in
he's
ESBC.
Trash,
we welcome both Jeff Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather Sr. Both were world champion fighters in their own right and have helped guide numerous boxers to world championships under their tutelage. For the latest news and information on all things.
All right, so this is interesting. This is interesting, right? A lot of people are saying that, you know, the 2 Mayweathers being in the game is a path towards Floyd. And I think that that's true. I think that that creates a possible path towards Floyd. But their financial situation is completely different than Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s. Floyd Mayweather has multiple businesses. He has a lot of revenue that's constantly coming in. He doesn't, you know what I mean? He doesn't necessarily need to go into that game. He doesn't necessarily need to go into it. But he may want to get in the game. Floyd simply has to want to be in the game, and then he'll be in it. They're obviously going to give him, if they try to get him, they're going to have to give him a really sweet deal. But it all depends on Floyd's desire to be in the game. I don't necessarily think that just because they're both in there, Jeff and Floyd Sr., that he would be in it. But it would be amazing to have Floyd in it, since we haven't had Floyd in a game since Fight Night Round 2, and that was during the time where no one was really unique. Everybody kind of was the same no matter what. It was just a skin, you know. And Fight Night Champion is also really just like 4 different types of fighters, or 6, but either at the end of the day, they're all really just skins. So I want that feeling where the person feels really, really different. Hell no, only people who say it good are people who play 21. What y'all talking about? EA butchered nearly everything they touch these days. I'm so lost. I'm over here clicking on something. But this game's gonna get it right. Okay, cool. Yeah. GGG, Gennady Golovkin, any news? Will it be in the game? We don't know. Floyd don't see himself getting touched on any platform. Floyd don't see himself getting touched. What you mean by that? He don't see himself getting touched on any platform. Who cares about Floyd? Like, really? A bunch of people. Like 50% of the world cares about Floyd. You're probably 50% of the world who doesn't like him, but the other 50% that likes him really wants him. And then there's people in the middle that really want him just because of his contribution to boxing and just how well known he is in boxing. He's super known. Actually, Floyd is the biggest needle mover you could probably think about in terms of the roster. He will probably move the needle more than like a Canelo for the masses. I'm not talking about for the core boxing fans. I'm talking about for the masses, because so many people know who Floyd Mayweather is. So many people know who Manny Pacquiao is. So those 2 people could move the needle. Trust me, he could probably move the needle more. Only African Americans care for Floyd? No, I'm Dominican, and I care for Floyd. I'm not African American. So is that is I'm literally a living embodiment of a rebuttal to what you just said. But trust me, bro, even if you don't like him, it's interesting to see him because you know who he is. You know what I'm saying? It's just seeing the person that you know in the game. I would pay for Floyd on DLC just so I can put it on easy setting and beat the hell out of him. There you go. How exciting is that for people who don't like him to just finally see him lose? To just finally see him lose, even though it's in a digital version. To see him finally just get knocked down. You know how satisfying that's going to be for people? They're going to love that. That's a dumb comment. Floyd is the most popular boxer alive. You could argue that he is. You could argue, like, look at his social media. Just looking at the social media numbers. Just looking at the numbers that he does when he does pay-per-views. You could argue he holds the pay-per-view world record. Him versus Manny Pacquiao holds the world record. And then he's in the top 5. So after that fight, you know, it's the Conor McGregor fight. And after that, like, you can keep going down the line. He's like in that top 5. I gotta be trolling because I don't rate Floyd. All right, that's cool. I get it. You don't like him, like, but I it's like you don't like him so much. Like it's just weird. Like, don't use him. Don't ever use him. Don't ever play with him. But why take the variety away from others? You know what I mean? There are people that I wouldn't care for, but I'm happy they're in there because I know another person truly wants to play with that person. Now he was in Fight Night Round 2, but the mechanics was gone. Maybe he just letting the past be the reason why he's holding out, considering he don't want to be in a trash game. It's possible. I also think that he has some type of animosity towards how he was treated with EA. So I think that because of that, there's a high possibility that he could just want to be in this game, to stick it further to EA and make them feel his pain, or make him feel that pain of like, damn, you should have got me in the game, and look, now I'm in this game, and now you'll never have me, and these guys have me. So I think he would do that. I think he's the type of person that would do that. All right, so let's move on over here. This was cool. This right here was cool. But yes, you know, there was a paywall because it was in a magazine. What's this magazine called? Edge, I think. New issue of Edge. So in this magazine, they really didn't talk about anything crazy, but they had a new image. They had a new image in the magazine. And I think that, you know, like, that's probably the coolest thing was, I think it was Rocky Marciano punching Joe Frazier. I think. It's in one of my thumbnails. I have it in one of my thumbnails, but I think that's what that's the coolest thing that came out of there. They basically were saying things that they've said already, but if you're someone who read Edge and you didn't know about the game, that opened it to that audience or to those eyeballs for people that didn't know about the game. Is there a new video on esports tonight or what? Right now it's 1:57. I doubt it. And this video wasn't to say that there was a video for Esports Boxing Club. This video is simply wrap up of the entire year. Is ESBC adding community creations this year like Fight Night? And if they do you think it's a great idea to download some people that's not in the game? Hopefully you reply. Well, I clicked on your thing, so I'm replying. Yes, they are going to add community creations. You can download people's the characters that people create, and I'm positive 100% that there are going to be amazing character creators out there that are going to create like almost carbon copies of these fighters, visually speaking. Now, in terms of movements, I don't know. They're probably going to try to mix in all the different movesets to try to get as close as possible. But in terms of the visual, I think that a lot of people are going to do a really good job with the character creation. When do you think the game is coming out? I'm sticking with my prediction is December release. That is my prediction. Hopefully we can create our own boxing ring, fan signs. That's like the WWE games. I remember that back in the days. Do you think we will get full fight replays? I'm hoping we do. I'm hoping we can watch the whole fight back. I think that that's amazing. And we should. get something like that, because that's awesome for the game, and for just looking at what you did and trying to figure it out. Also, I think it would be cool to see other people's fights, and it was done. EA did it in EA MMA. You could look at the top player in the world. You could look at his last 3 fights. His last 3 fights will always be available, so you can click on his name and click on his one of the last 3 fights and watch it in its entirety. I think that would be cool to do. Fanatico, would you be satisfied with James Toney? Absolutely. I love James Toney. If you ever come to any of my streams, you know that. I love James Toney. That's my guy. All right. So yeah, this was cool. This also was an image that came out of it. This was an image that came out of that. Let's see how this looks. Oops. Let me lower this real quick. All right. This was an image that came out of that. It was Conor Nigel Benn that he was he was in the, like, they were showing his renders and stuff like that. All right, so let's close this. Let's go up. Of course, the Zone fight card had Conor Nigel Benn in there. It had Josh Warrington, where it was a no contest, which is crazy. But this was really cool. And after this event, Katie Taylor went to Steel City Interactive and got herself scanned in the game. She got herself scanned in the game, which was really, really cool. I always love seeing this. I always love seeing these kind of things. When these guys get scanned, it's like the best. It's the best looking at that. Look at this. Look at this. Got all the belts with her. She got the ESBC belt with her. There she getting scanned in the 1024 studio, holding the belt. I'm sure she played the game. I don't know how good she was, but I'm sure she played the game. I love this when they showed us this, because seeing all of this stuff, seeing this, I don't know if the devs know, but these things have become iconic. This couch right here, this little, whatever thing this is, the stand or whatever, where they put all their stuff, this shelf with the books and the DVDs. I think that's a, wait a second. Why do you guys have it? Is that a VCR? What? Why? Well, all of this, the TV and everything, the little camera up here, all of this and that little arcade thing, all of these things have become iconic. So whenever I get to see it again, it's like a good feeling. I love that. I really love that. The good old casting couch. The casting couch. Wow. All right. So yeah, everything is fire. Jessica McCaskill, she was scanned into the game. How fire is that? And look at her look. She got that real intense look. And when she was scanned at the LA studio. So I love that they have the LA studio and that they have the 1024 studio, because now the sky's the limit. Anybody in the North American region, like the North America, and in the West side, they could all go to that LA studio and get scanned. So it opened up the door. Now that's why we got people like Canelo Scan and Caleb Plant and all those people. What? People thought that was McGregor? What? Edward, why do you think ESBC hasn't shown the clinch system yet? That's probably going to be another revolutionary aspect of the game, don't you think? Yes. I do think it's going to be a revolutionary aspect of the game. And I think that the reason they haven't shown it is simply because it's not up to their standards. It's not where they want it to be, where they can show it to us yet. But I think that they have a clinch system, like you just said, their clinch system. So I think because they have a clinch system, it's gonna be much deeper than I just grabbed you and now let me let go. I think it's gonna be punching in the clinch. I have a sneaking suspicion you can move around, punch in the clinch, and do a lot of things. This game isn't real. All right, let's move on to the next one. Is ESBC coming to new Nintendo Switch? Uncle Tommy videos. I don't know. The thing that's crazy is that they originally, like this is like November, they originally answered that question, or actually back in August during the WBC conference, and they stated that that it would be going to the Switch, but now they don't even show it no more. They don't even show it. Yo, Yilmaz, stop spamming, bro. Stop spamming. Manny Pacquiao, chance to be in the game. Manny Pacquiao, yes, he has a chance to be in the game, yes, but stop spamming, bro. Honestly, would be dope if they add post-fight interviews, weight cutting, face off, post press conference, I guess. Yes, that would be fire. You reckon there's gonna be illegal punches? I think so. I think you should have them, but you know, it should be with the referee, and you should be able to work it with the referee in terms of like if the referee saw it or didn't see it, and what that does for you know, for your fighter, if there's points taken away and things of that nature, if there's a warning. I would love to see you do a low blow and then in real time the ref is like, whoa, time out, hey man, pick it up, hold up, calm down, pick your punches up, I don't want to see that again, let's go. And it's all in real time, no cut scene, we just like waiting in real time, and then we just get back at it. Did somebody say something about Laura Cuba? Because we already got Erislander Laura, which is fire that we got him. Why are boxing fans so weird? Like, like dude saying only black people like Floyd is sketch. Yeah, because you know Floyd is incredibly polarizing, and he's almost political now. Like if you like him, you're like on that side of the fence. If you don't like him, you're on this side of the fence. So, and then it's like, you know, I want to be with the group that likes him, or I want to be with the group who don't like him. I literally could care less about that politic that was created by the fans. I like both Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. And it is possible to like both of them. It is 100. Manny Pacquiao has great things that Floyd never did. Manny Pacquiao is a 8 division champion. No combat person in history has ever reached that much, that has ever gone that through those many tiers, divisions. So that's amazing. You can never take that away from him, and that's legendary. You can like both. It is possible. Trust me, I do it all the time. I like both of them all the time. It's crazy. I know it sounds like it's impossible, but I swear I do that. All right, here we go. Brian Hunter with a super chat. Thank you so much, Brian Hunter. Much appreciated. Is Gervonta the Tank Davis going to be in the game? I think that he should be. My stance on that is it is promotional malpractice if your manager, your promotion team does not put you in the game. Because video games is a really powerful way to market yourself. And boxing, that's all you gotta be. That's all you're doing the entire time. You're barely fighting. You fight 1% of the time, and 99% of the time you are marketing yourself to give you more eyeballs for the next fight. That's boxing in a nutshell. All right, so let's pull up something. Let's move on. Ooh, this one was juicy. Let's see if I can get this open. This one was juicy. Hold up.
Hey everybody, it's me, Todd Grisham. Yes, I am the voice of the soon-to-be-released video game.
This was when he was in Miami. So yes, I met up with him during this time because I live in Miami. And we met up. But I'm getting some work done as well as I scour the globe, signing the biggest names to the biggest boxing video game of all time. Today, we're gonna go around the world and visit 8 different countries to some fighters that we have recently signed. But let's start right here in Miami Beach, Florida, ladies and gentlemen. He trains here now, but he's from a country 90 miles off the Florida coast.
We start in the Caribbean nation of Cuba, and it's El Oro de Guantanamo.
Oh, here you go, guys. If you didn't know,
Landy Lara, an amateur world champion, gold medalist.
This was so good.
Titles in 2 different weight
classes. It was so good.
As a professional,
I was hoping for another
gifted fighters in boxing today.
I was hoping for another Cuban too, but when he was in the island of Cuba, but we didn't get him. We didn't get him. Hopefully we do, though, one day.
Here is Landy Lara. Welcome to ESBC. And staying in Cuba, Francis Barthelemy. He's won IBF world titles at both junior lightweight and lightweight. He has only 1 career loss and 28 wins. Welcome, Francis Barthelemy. And to round out our Cuban trio, Joel Casamayor, one of the most decorated amateurs in Cuban history, capped off by a gold medal at the 1992 Olympics. He parlayed that success to
Joel
professional world titles in 2 weight classes, including
another
the
good
lineal
pickup.
super featherweight title. From Cuba to the other side of the earth, China, and a man known as the Big Bang, Zhang Li, 6'6", 270 pounds. This massive heavyweight has never been beaten. 22-0 with a 77% knockout average. We welcome
Big Bang.
the Big Bang to Esports Boxing Club. Now to Inner Mongolia, China, and another undefeated domestic star. Meng Fenlong is nicknamed Cold-Blooded. He's a perfect 16-0 with 10 knockouts and could soon be fighting for a light heavyweight world title. And now we move over to China's neighbor, the boxing mad country of Kazakhstan.
What did people feel when they saw
young
this?
Future stars.
Come on, it was so obvious.
Janabek, Alim Ha'alai, only once beaten, super welterweight, Madiar Ashkayev, and 23-year-old Bekzad Nurdaletov. We welcome these 3 fighters to Esports Boxing Club.
We here at Esports Boxing Club have signed brothers like Vladimir Klitschko and Vitaly Klitschko. We've signed father and son duos, and we've done it again. And you can rank this family affair right at the top of the list. We start in Mother Russia, ladies and gentlemen. Costa Zoo, the man who knocked out
so good.
Roger Mayweather and Julio
the build-up to that was so good too.
Was known as one of the hardest-hitting light welterweights
music,
of all
it
time,
all worked.
holding the unified and lineal championships. What a character
When they said,
this Hall of Famer
when they
will
said
be.
Kazakhstan, I thought they were going to announce
Boxing
Borat.
Club. Now, his nickname was Thunder from Down Under, so let's go there now to Australia, where we find his son, one of the brightest young stars in all of boxing today.
Young Floyd
Tim
was humble
Tszyu,
because
the 26-year-old is
he was navigating the waters.
15 KOs and
He
is on
didn't
the cusp
he didn't
of
know
his
what
first crack
would sell
at
and what wouldn't
super
sell.
welterweight title. Oh, it's true.
Hey, what's going on,
The Zoos are in
UWU Evie? What's up,
ESBC.
man?
Now to the beautiful country
This man
of
has been
Algeria,
notorious
an undefeated
for
135
the criticism of
champion,
ESBC,
Jamel
but
Dahoud, with 2 million social media
I
followers,
think he just
and
wants the
entire
game. I think he
country
just
can't
wants
wait to
the
see
game
how high
to
the
do
ceiling
well.
is for this 29-year-old lightweight. Now to a man who may have just scored the knockout of the year. We go to the Philippines and Mark Magsayo. He is undefeated at 23-0. We welcome the man nicknamed Mark Magnifico to Esports Boxing Club.
The Charlo twins are
Now,
not.
when it comes
have
to
not been
boxing,
announced.
it's just 2 people in the ring, mano a mano, right? Well, hey, don't forget about the 3rd member of the dance, so to speak, the 3rd guy in the ring, the referee. And we here at Esports Boxing
This was
Club
so
are proud
crazy.
to announce that we've signed perhaps the most famous referee of all time. We head to Nevada, USA, and let's get it on. Mills Lane, one of the all-time greats, the Boxing Hall of Famer, who was, of course,
Yeah, I know.
part of
I
the
know
most infamous
UWU.
fight
I
of
know
all
you do.
time. He was the
I
referee
can feel it.
when Mike
I
Tyson
can feel it. You have
bit
that
off
passion behind
Evander
it.
Holyfield's ear. We hope his virtual character doesn't have to deal with such shenanigans. Welcome to the club, Mr. Mills Lane.
This is so fire. So
From
now
the
we're gonna
red,
get
white,
more
and blue
referees.
across the pond to Northern Ireland and Carl Frampton. He's the first
Carl
Northern Irish
Frampton.
fighter to win titles in 2 weight classes and was the Ring Magazine's Fighter of the Year in boxing for 2016. He recently retired with a sterling 28-3
Yeah, the roster's
record.
fire.
The Jackal is in ESBC. And now to a fight that will finally happen, and only on ESBC. In this corner, never beaten, the unified and lineal super
Oh, here we go.
champion of perfect
Here we go.
record, 46 wins,
This was crazy.
No losses and 32 KOs from Cardiff, Wales. The Italian Dragon, Super Joe Calzaghe.
The Italian Dragon.
And his opponent, the former IBF, WBA,
But the thing that,
WBC
when I
super
see these
middleweight
guys,
champion,
it makes me think of
33
Andre Ward also.
24 knockouts,
Like, Andre Ward should be like the third man in the ring. Really, if you think about it. Because the fight that's a British dream fight, but also another dream fight was Calzaghe versus Andre Ward.
So that'll do it from beautiful Miami, Florida. Where am I going to pop up next? You never know, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure and follow ESBC on all our social media channels, including Instagram, Twitter, and of course, our YouTube page. Until next time, my name is Todd Grisham, and this is ESBC.
You see how he tricked us there? That was pretty clever. You know, we thought he was going with the right, like he always does, and he switched it up on us. Super Joe was epic, bro. It was. This was fire. I think this is the last thing that they posted. This is pinned from the ESBC walkthrough. I think this was just amazing because it almost feels like we got Usyk for free almost because we already had the man, and now he's a heavyweight champion. And he was a cruiserweight and a heavyweight champion, and like it was just an amazing fight. And to already have him in the game, it's like we didn't have to go and get him. We had him already. Like we had the guy already. I think that was just so amazing. Showbiz is pissed about Joe being in the game. I did see that. He was like, no. I guess Showbiz's love for Roy Jones Jr. Shows a lot. It shows a lot. Top Man Fanatico, not into channel stuff, but watch yours religiously. Love from the UK. Thank you, Callum Mira Wilson. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, man. But Joshua's chin is just not good enough. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think he's good. I think he's one of those guys that's like he can get into wars or he can get into fights and he could come out at the good end of that. But when somebody's really slick and smart, he can't really mess with somebody that's like good, slick, smart fighter. But he's a good fighter. I still think Anthony Joshua's a good fighter. I mean, he grabbed all those belts. Like he did some amazing stuff throughout his career. Yo, Usyk got great footwork, bro. The Usyk win and the fact that we already have him in the game reminded me of when I bought the tickets to Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo Alvarez. When I bought those tickets, it was like a month and a half later, and I had already purchased the tickets. They announced the undercard was going to be Danny Garcia, who was undefeated at the time, versus Lucas Matisse, who was a beast at the time. So to get that, like, it was like, bro, I already bought the tickets. This is just a free thing that I got, basically, because I paid for Canelo versus Mayweather, and now I'm going to watch Danny Garcia versus Lucas Matisse as the undercard. It's too good. And him winning is like, bro, he won. Now he's becoming a superstar, and we already have him. We've been had him in the game. Fire. Let's switch this over to full screen. All right. Do you think EA have got involved? Maybe that's how they got Tyson Fury. I don't know. I don't think that they got Tyson Fury because EA was involved. I think EA was a little bit cocky with their contracts because it was like, okay, sign here. You it's not exclusive. You don't have to stay with us. You got freedom. But in their heads, they're probably thinking, but yeah, sure, you got freedom, but nobody making a game where you get, it doesn't matter. Just sign on the dotted line. We're the only guys on the block in terms of combat sports, so we're good. They never imagined that somebody was going to rise to the level of of ESBC to be able to grab all these fighters. Which makes you beg the question, why haven't they said anything about Anthony Joshua yet? A perfect reveal could have been during that Usyk fight, right before the Usyk fight, and say, hey, look, we got 2 of our fighters. Maybe, maybe EA saw that, Tyson Fury went over there and tried to stop the contractual communication or whatever with AJ. Who we don't know. We really don't know. But I don't think that they're working with anyone right now at all. But could a publisher come in? It is possible. It makes a lot of sense because that helps. That helps to distribute the game, to promote the game, to give it the eyeballs that it needs and the recognition that it needs, which is something that matters when the game comes out. Do you expect EA reply to ESBC? Can't see it being as good either way. EA games too arcade-like. I 100% do believe that if the game sells well, that EA will re-enter the arena to battle ESBC and work off of name recognition. Now, the problem is that because ESBC right now is the only people on the block, they're grabbing all of the heavy hitters, all of them. So if you let them keep grabbing these heavy hitters up and you just sitting on the sideline, there's going to be a point where there's not going to be you only going to have AJ. You only going to have AJ. You're not going to have nobody else. You don't got Lomachenko. You don't got Canelo Alvarez. You don't got Caleb Plant. You don't got Terrence Crawford. You don't have Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be too overwhelming in terms of all the people they don't have. And then it's like, now what? Now what do you do? Plus, if ESBC is realistic or close to sim, it's like people not gonna really get excited for an arcade-like game like another Fight Night, like Fight Night Champions 2. People are not gonna get excited about that. Like, I mean, there might be like a small, subgroup of people that want that, but for the most part, people don't want that. They don't. Did they stop doing the monthly updates? Yes, they did. Yes. Their last monthly update, they stated that they weren't doing any more monthly updates. That is the reason why I do this monthly wrap up where we talk about the last month in ESBC. That's why I do it, because of that reason. Quick question. Do you ever think I can play one-on-one with you on ESBC? I'm guessing, because I'm pre-ordering if there's an option. Absolutely. Anybody in here, any one of my viewers, just reach out to me on Twitter. Twitter's probably the easiest to reach out to me. If you tag me, I'm probably going to see it. So if you haven't, go and follow me on Twitter. And also, hey, hold up. We have 142 people in here. Please hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get this game to be successful when it releases. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It helps out the channel a lot. It makes sure that when I make a video, and you guys know that I'll be making these videos on ESBC News. So if something drops, a Boxing Fanatico video is coming your way. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, also hit the like button. Hit the like button if you haven't. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell and click all notifications. So if anytime something drops, bro, what you mean, Juice? You what you mean you gonna sub now? This man talk about he gonna sub now. I'm disappointed, bro. He should have been subbed. Oh man, nah, I know you're joking. Nah, but yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because if the news drops, you're getting the news from Boxing Fanatico. You're 100% getting the news from Boxing Fanatico. This is what I do. You never know. They could drop a release date tomorrow. You never know what with ESBC, especially since there's no monthly updates. It's just here's information. So you want to subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any information at any time whenever they drop it. I've been subbed though. No, thank you. Of course, I appreciate that. I'm just talking to all the people who haven't subbed. And if you are subbed and you didn't hit the notification bell, I feel like you should do that. That's the next level. I said hit that notification bell. And now if you hit the notification bell but you didn't click all notifications, I feel like that's that level 3. And go ahead and do that. Thank you very much. And hit the like. Oh, 116 likes. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Keep hitting that like, though, for anybody who's here. Just like this man said, peaceful warrior. Hit the like. I love it. It's really poetic. Beautiful. I hope DLC will last for a year or two after the release. Think they will, or all fighters up front? No, it's gonna be DLC. It's gonna be DLC stuff. They're gonna keep adding more fighters, and more fighters are gonna be DLC. They're gonna keep adding fighters even after, you know, they guys, don't spam. Guys, don't spam. Mike Tyson, Oscar De La Hoya DLC. We don't know yet. They haven't revealed that. We're gonna keep getting fighters. Even after the release, So trust me, man, that thing is probably going to be 4 years of that until they give us like another ESBC. Who do you think will be on the cover? I think it's going to be multiple people. But I think Canelo for sure is going to be on the cover, for sure. Other than him, I can't say for sure anyone else is going to be on it. I bet. I've been watching every single vid because I'm really trying to know more about this game, and I'm big on boxing. 100%. Yes. I'm BK. I hope we can hear our characters' voices. That would be 100% fire. I'm BK. I hope we can hear characters' voices. Okay. Just give us a game to build on. Yeah, for sure. Surely Fury got to be on the cover too. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. To me, the only person that I can safely say will be on the cover because of how his reveal worked and how he was on the cover and they put like a thing. He was like in the game thing. Like, it was crazy. No one else got that. So I think that he will definitely be in the cover. Everybody else, I don't know for sure. Is it going to be on PC? Yes, it is. It is. It definitely is. And it might come out for PC first. And that's why I did my video essay, my mini documentary on the whole PlayStation 5 thing. Because I think that if they do come out on PC, then the PlayStation 5 release shouldn't be that far away. Because that PlayStation 5 release is definitely going to increase the notoriety of ESBC. Because when you're on a console that just released, or the latest console where the native games to that console are very few, you shine so much more. And I think they could do really well if they come out on that. Plus the adaptive triggers and all that stuff, that lends so well to a boxing game. Just imagine holding the block button, and while they're hitting the block, it's popping on your finger. I don't know if you guys ever played the PlayStation 5, but that thing, it feels crazy with the triggers. Like, you feel pops and stuff. Like, you feel people pushing you because the trigger will push back on your finger. So I think that's just amazing. And then the way the vibration works, like if something happens to your right, you can feel it. Something happens to your left, you can feel it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I think that would be a fantastic thing to just create that immersion, that extra level of realism. I think they should definitely do that. I won Fight Night Champion OWC titles on a sim approach. It was hard, but very possible to do. I create my own meta. Okay, cool. That's good. The game is super arcade in its essence, but if you can pull it off, that's good. The harder you press the trigger could be harder punch. It's possible. It's possible. We just gotta wait and see until they confirm something like that. Hey, Uncle Frank is the best. I'll tell him you said hi. Don't know what this is. Esport is like Oscar De La Hoya tweet. You think next announcement fighter is De La Hoya? It could be. It definitely could be. I hope they add out Ryan Garcia. Yeah, me too. All right, guys. So we're gonna end it here. I think we started at 1:30 or 1:26. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys had a good time. These monthly wrap-ups happen every first of the month. So next month we're gonna do another monthly wrap-up. Yeah, that's. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys have any further things y'all want to say right before I leave, go ahead and say them. Can you do an update on that 3D boxing control? Because mine is not working for some reason. Well, the way that I broke it down, there's nothing else to add from it. Like, that's literally what it is. Like, you just try to go as slowly as possible with that video. Go step by step. Anytime you're messing up, just try to go back and figure it out. But yeah, like, I don't know. Also, guys, I don't know if you have if you don't have a PC, I don't know how that works for you. I don't know. And I'm sorry, because, you know, the game is new to me and I only did it with my Windows. So I don't know. I don't know if it works, how it works with Mac and stuff. It's just, I don't know what to say. Your knowledge keeps me hyped, bro. Good stuff, Fanatico. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Ack Rivera 84. I appreciate that. Hey, Fanatico, when you get ESBC, what platform will you be playing on? I'm thinking of playing on my PlayStation 5 because I have a PlayStation 5. But I'm probably going to be playing more on my PC. I'm probably going to start off on my PC, especially if it comes out first for PC. But the best thing would be if it's cross-play and I could just, you know, load up my info on the PS5 and play on the PS5 and then come over here and play over here. And then that would be the best thing. So Steel City Interactive and ESBC, come on, please do it. Just come on, give us cross-platform. That would be, yo, what? First combat sports game that's cross-platform, one online leaderboard. You are the best of the best of the best of the best. Plus, it means that there are a boatload of people to play with because everybody's online. What do you think the difference between PC and console is going to be? Graphics. Graphics, I think that's really the only difference, is the graphics. Who's my favorite boxer right now? It's Shakur Stevenson. That's my favorite right now. Who's my favorite of all time? Sugar Ray Robinson, I would say. And then we don't know when the game will be dropping. Nope, but my prediction is December based on an educational guess of information given to us by Steel City Interactive themselves. So, all right, guys, that's it for me for today. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Oh, actually, I was going to talk about this one thing I forgot, man. I was going to talk about this. Hold up. I forgot about this. I was going to talk about this man right here. Sonny Edwards being scanned. I keep saying scanned. Steel City's going to kill me for it. Being motion captured. This man being motion captured in the game. This is Sonny Edwards. He's not just a regular motion capture guy. He's that nuance motion. Like, he's the guy that they use for all these little like movements and stuff that they apply to the fighters. So it is possible that new animations are being created just with him being there. Just with him being, and this is different from polishing the animations they already have. This is different from polishing the animations that he already has. This is him actually making new animations that they could apply to all of the fighters. That could mean so much. That could mean, you know, holding the arm out, you know what I mean? That could mean pulling guards down and stuff to hit them with the hook. It could mean a lot. I don't want to jump into speculation. I just use those as an example for you guys to wrap your head around what new animation means, but it can add more things to do in the game. And he's that type of motion capture artist, fighter. He's that guy that creates nuances, that puts nuances in the game. He's already been motion captured, so he's there to add nuance to the game. And I think that this is fantastic. I did a video on him recently, yesterday, regarding this, because this to me is just an awesome thing, man. It's an awesome thing. Look at that. They really like Coca-Cola. You know, they really like Coca-Cola over there at Steel City Interactive. And that's important to know. There's a number 4 over here. What does that mean? We don't know. But it probably means something because there's a 4 and then there's a doorway here. So with the 4 and the doorway, and right here, it looks like that's a copy machine where they probably got the 4 from. You know what I mean? So they got a copy machine, and this computer, while he has his hands up like this in a triangle formation. This can mean something, guys. This can mean something. Anyways, that's it, guys. That is it for today. How long we gonna pretend you didn't get some behind the scene info when hanging with Todd Grisham? LOL. I didn't. I really didn't. It was disconnected from ESBC. Really, it was just me hanging out with Todd. Todd is just an awesome guy. The only behind the scene info that I really got was the fact that Fournier was gonna be in it, and that was only because I was recording, and that information is already out. So that's really it. But he's a cool guy. We even hung out after the fight. Like me and my wife, we hung out with him. It was just awesome. He's a really cool, like he's super cool. Todd is a cool guy. All right, guys, I'll see you. Peace out.